What exactly is the occult? Occultism explained. Imagine a cheat book or strategy guide for a video game. This book contains all the ins, the outs, and hidden secrets of that particular game's world and everything in it. These were all the rage back in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, because not only would these give you a better understanding on that game's world to help one navigate it and get the best experience possible, but also it gave whomever had a copy of these a significant advantage over their opponents in the competitive arena. Yes, some secrets were just cosmetic, such as new costumes, accessories for playable characters, but most secrets allowed you to do things that other people couldn't due to their lack of knowledge, which would elevate you above them and anyone else who was not privy to this information. That is the occult. The occult is information that is essentially the cheat book or strategy guide to life, the world, and the universe itself. It contains knowledge on how the human mind works, how the hidden laws of the universe works, and how our world is shaped based on our understanding of those laws or lack thereof. If one were to have this information, it would give them a significant advantage in life over everyone else who didn't. With the advent of the internet, information found in video game cheat books and strategy guides has become more readily available to everyone, and thus the playing field has pretty much being leveled in modern times. The same cannot be said, however, for the occult. It isn't that the information is physically hidden in a safe somewhere so people can't find it, but rather it is hidden in the sense that it is not talked about, and thus people don't even know it exists to even want to try and find it in the first place. You will not hear about this on TV, the radio, or the news. They won't teach you about this in schools or college, and you will not be made aware of this in any sort of mainstream form of human consumption, and that is how it remains occulted. Instead, what people think of when they hear the word occult, they usually think of sorcery, witchcraft, and black magic. The occult has nothing to do with these. The word simply comes from oculus, meaning eye, and occultus, meaning to hide or keep secret. And that is what occult information is, hidden. But what if this info came into the hands of people with bad intent, selfish desires, and who would rather keep it for themselves to get an advantage over everyone else? That is the dark occult. They are called this by others because they want to keep this information in the dark. They want to keep you in the dark. They want to keep themselves in the shadows away from the public eye, and they want to use this information for dark, selfish, and nefarious desires of control. The dark occult is a network of interconnected organizations, institutions, and corporations around the world, all containing people who have this occult information and who are working with other such individuals to achieve a common purpose, which is to maintain their control over everyone else by keeping the occult information hidden from the masses, hidden from you. This dark occult have kept this information for centuries, and thus over time managed to work their way through all areas of society to eventually gain control and ownership over every major institution on Earth: education, science, history, religion, media, etc. Through keeping this information hidden, they were able to maintain dominance and control over every major part of human society, and thus maintain control of society itself and everyone in it. A great myriad of false and bogus ideologies have been created by this dark occult to keep the people divided, confused, dumbed down, and under their control. Ideologies such as statism, aka the belief in this concept called government, and the false notion of so-called authority. Ideologies such as communism, Marxism, neo-feminism, scientism, aka the belief that truth and science only comes from the so-called government-approved experts. This and pretty much most of the ideologies that people subscribe to today came from the dark occult. With this, they can maintain their power and control over the ignorant masses as they remain either docile, dumbed down, confused, or too busy fighting amongst each other to realize that they are being made to do so. And all of this only works if the people remain ignorant of the occult and the dark occult, respectively. So the question is, what do we do about it? How does one obtain the occult information, and what do we do about this dark, occult, secret society? The answer is simple. It ends when the occult is no longer the occult. In other words, similar to how cheat books and strategy guides are a thing of the past, thanks to the internet giving everyone access to the same information, the same thing has to happen with the occult. It needs to become de-occulted. It has to become widespread, and it has to become common knowledge. There have been many teachers and students of occult information, some of which used the information to help people, while others used it for their own selfish desires, and then there were some who they themselves were even part of the dark occult secret society before becoming whistleblowers to get the truth out to the public. One such individual is Mark Passio, who has done online presentations about his time spent in the dark occult. He has also done a great presentation on the occult information itself, detailing what it contains and how to apply it to your life. And finally, he has a podcast series teaching students on the occult information from beginner to expert. It is highly recommended that you start at episode 1 and work your way up from there. Both this and his natural law seminar presentations are great introductions to the world of the occult. And what better individual to hear it from than someone who was once part of the dark occult that runs this world and now seeks to expose it?